Here with Rem from Catalyst. Rem, you have a Kickstarter going on right now for Voltron,
Yep.
a property that is very near and dear to my heart because I'm an 80s kid and watched many episodes. But congratulations on the success of the Kickstarter campaign so far.
Thank you.
You want to tell us a little bit about what's been going on and a little bit about your campaign?
Yeah, so it was pretty cool to be able to get such a big and nostalgic license, I think, and working with NBC Universal is kind of pretty cool. And they've been really great to work with. Their approvals have been really fast and stuff like that, so it's moved very quickly. What makes the Kickstarter unique and a little challenging is that the licensees, we have the license for both Legendary Defender and Defender of the Universe, and they can never share the same space.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that meant 2 core rulebooks, 2 GM screens, 2 dice trays, 2 everything. But it's pretty exciting because the system is Catalyst's new dice core system for RPGs, and I could talk a little bit about that, but then each book is the lore and flavor, like a couple of minor tweaks for how like paladins are called versus the Defender of the Universe. So it's so like those minor differences, but the game mechanics are the same.
Nice. I got a chance to play it at GameholeCon with one of your designers, and we had a blast. We had a table of 4. We actually merged into Voltron and saw how that all worked, and then I can't remember, we had to fight off something that was attacking a base or something. I can't remember what it was.
Galrog or...
Yeah, something like that. And it was just a lot of fun. And we got to play with folks that didn't really know the Voltron license, or the shows. And they had a blast with it as well.
Good.
So that was really awesome to see. And then us, 80s kids that grew up with it also just loved it because it felt very, very on theme, and it was a neat system. You want to tell us a little bit about the system, because it's almost like a 3 dice system that you all use, and from what I've heard, this is a system you're going to be using for your RPGs,
Frostpunk, for Wizard Riders, which is coming. And beyond. So moving forward, Dice Core is pretty much our system for these IPs.
Nice.
So Dice Core, you're always going to start with a D8. That's your default die. Then you're going to get a second die between D4 and D12, depending on your rank, your experience, that kind of thing. And then you're also going to get a skill die. So attribute and skill. So for instance, if you were going to do a piloting test, you might have piloting as your skill and agility as your attribute. I might be messing up the actual language, but then what you have is based on your character creation and situational elements, you might get upgrades or downgrades. So for piloting, it's in space, but if you're in an asteroid belt or something like that, it might be situationally, you're going to get a downgrade. So you get to choose your D8 or the other 2 dice, and you have to pick one of them and change it from a D12 to a D10 or a D10 to a D8. So statistically, you're always rebuilding your pool, and so the statistics change in terms of likely success.
And there's difficulty levels. I think that what was the hard difficulty level was a 13, but it was really interesting when we played. It seemed like we couldn't hit that 13 for the life of us. But then it was kind of explained to us that that's good because you're starting out. You're at that first level. You just barely became a paladin or whatever, and so it would make sense that you wouldn't know how to do everything really well immediately. So it gives you a lot of room to grow. And so once you hit that 5th, 6th level, or you level up,
as we know about Voltron, you're at, when the challenge is more than you can handle individually, you form as a team to form Voltron, and then you have different powers. And that's something that I really like about the system too, is not only do you have stats and attributes for your paladin, you have it for your paladin's lion, and then you also have it for Voltron. So there's 3 different ways to play in one single section based on what you are doing as a team.
And the other thing that I really liked about it is once you formed Voltron, you got a D20 roll.
Yep.
And like that just felt like oh, what are we going to use this D20 roll for? Like it's going to be something epic. But then of course it's a D20, so it could be really epic, or as we all know, whenever I play an RPG, even with a D20, it's not going to end up, usually going to roll low.
But when you get that, and all of a sudden your total is in the 20s or the 30s, like that feels real good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, going back to the Kickstarter, is there anything specific or anything Kickstarter exclusive that you have just on this campaign that people probably won't be able to back or get at retail once it's out? Because once this is out on retail shelves, it's just going to fly off the shelf for you. I have no doubt in my mind. But there are those Uber fans that want the fancy exclusive shinies that they can't get after the campaign. Do you have anything like that for this campaign, or was
I don't think we've done anything that's Kickstarter exclusive, but there might be some things that when stock runs out, it's done.
Okay.
For instance, we just unlocked the posters.
Nice.
And again, because everything has to be separate, it's your choice between Legendary Defender or Defender of the Universe. The dice sets that we have, I don't know how long we'll carry those.
Okay.
We have dice bags that we're working toward as a stretch goal now. And then the next social goal is the limited edition of Voltron. So it's going to get a different cover and it'd be all fancy and stuff like that. And so that's usually something where we do that one print, and that's it.
That was kind of what I was wondering, because I backed the Kickstarter and I saw that you were doing limited day covers, so I was wondering if that was just going to be a Kickstarter thing. So so.
But we've got some cool other things coming in terms of stretch goals to unlock too, like Roll20 support and extra. We've seen in the comments there's a lot of interest in terms of more campaigns.
Yep.
So we can unlock those as we go and stuff like that. So.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us. When does the campaign get?
It goes
up here.
It goes till the 23rd.
Oh, so right before Christmas.
Yes.
Okay. So if anybody's interested, go check it out. Rem, thank you as always, and good luck. And you're doing some great things here at Catalyst, and I'm excited to see what your 2025 is going to look like.
Thank you so much, Doug.